Top 10 game-winning touchdowns in NFL history. Hello lovely YouTube family, welcome back to Sports Stash. In today's video we're going to talk about the top 10 game-winning NFL touchdowns in NFL history. Before we start, I would want you to hit that red subscribe button so you never miss out on any of our videos. Faced with 80 yards and a deficit of under 7 points with a championship on the line is a daunting task that only the coolest and bravest competitors in professional football history are capable of handling. And if the dramatic touchdown march does come to fruition, it can vault those miracle workers into legendary status. The ranking of the 10 greatest touchdown scoring drives was based on how far a team had to go in order to reach the end zone, the significance of the game, and if the touchdown was necessary for the win. Number 10, the catch 2. The 49ers have been beaten by Green Bay in each of the past 3 postseasons. It appeared that the streak would be extended to 4 when Brett Favre capped an impressive 89-yard drive when he hit receiver Antonio Freeman for a touchdown to put the Packers on top 27-23. In order to win, San Francisco needed to put up an equally impressive march. That should have been halted when Jerry Rice appeared to have fumbled, but was instead ruled down by contact. There was no instant replay back then. Number 9, Sea of Hands. The Dolphins were aiming for a 3rd straight Super Bowl victory and a 4th straight trip to the league title game, but that dream dissipated in the Sea of Hands at the end of their AFC divisional playoff contest against the Oakland Raiders. A back-and-forth affair was in visiting Miami's favor late in the 4th quarter after halfback Benny Malone broke several tackles on his 23-yard journey to the end zone, giving his club a 26-21 advantage. Number 8, 2006 AFC Championship. Not only was this one of the greatest game-winning drives in NFL history, but it was one of the best comebacks ever to occur in a postseason contest. The Colts had lost 2 previous playoff encounters with the Patriots. Both of these games were in chilly Foxborough. For the 2000 AFC Championship game, Indy would have the luxury of playing in the RCA Dome on a dry and fast surface and getting to play before a deafening and supporting crowd. Those Colt fans were silenced early when New England jumped out to a 21-3 lead. Number 7, the catch. It was America's team facing off with a team on the rise. The Dallas Cowboys and San Francisco 49ers traded being in front. It was the visitors that held the 27-21 lead late in the 1981 NFC Championship. San Francisco's offense, led by Joe Montana, then had 89 yards and 4 minutes and 54 seconds with which to work. The future legendary signal caller performed the magic that he is now renowned for, leading the 49ers down the field with nothing less than a conference title at stake. Number 6, the Hail Mary. In the 1975 NFC Divisional Playoff, the Dallas Cowboys had a minute 51 before their season came to a disappointing end. They were trailing the Minnesota Vikings 14-10 at Metropolitan Stadium in frigid Bloomington. Starting at their own 15, Dallas quarterback Roger Staubach, though, rallied his troops as only Captain Comeback could. He and wide receiver Drew Pearson slaved off defeat with a long pass completion on 4th and 17. Later at midfield with 24 seconds remaining, Staubach sent a prayer of a pass downfield. Pearson, being covered by Minnesota cornerback Nate Wright, came back to underthrown ball and trapped it right between his right hand and his right hip as Wright was falling down. Number 5, 1958 NFL Championship. When Baltimore Colts kicker Steve Myra tied the 1958 NFL Championship game with the New York Giants at 17-17 with a late field goal, it led the league's first futures of sudden death overtime. The Giants failed to gain on their first possession in the extra session. Johnny Unitas and the Colts did not fail when they had their chance. Unitas and Baltimore's offense embarked on this game-winning march starting from their own 20. Although only a field goal was needed for victory, the legendary quarterback went for 6. Number 4, Super Bowl 43. When Cardinals wide receiver Larry Fitzgerald won 64 yards on a pass reception from Kurt Warner, it seemed like ideal storybook ending for Super Bowl 43. The Pittsburgh Steelers altered that script. They got the ball back on their own 22-yard line with 2:37 to go. A holding penalty on the first play didn't phase quarterback Ben Roethlisberger, who had 2 timeouts at his disposal. Big Ben and Santonio Holmes played their biggest roles on this march of glory, sinking up on 2 early passes for 27 yards combined. Soon after, Roethlisberger found Holmes again for a 40-yard pass completion, leaving the Cardinals defense winded and the Steelers in prime position at the Arizona 6-yard line. Number 3, Super Bowl 23. The Super Bowl had waited for this ideal situation. Football's best team with football's best quarterback behind a slim margin and more than 90 yards away from the end zone in the game's final moments. The characters in this drama were the San Francisco 49ers and Joe Montana. It was 16-13 in favor of the underdog Cincinnati Bengals. The Niners were in an uncomfortable spot of being at their own 8 with just over 3 minutes to go. Number 2, the Ice Bowl. On a surface reminiscent of a polar ice cap, the Green Bay Packers were faced with a 17-14 deficit to the Dallas Cowboys in the 1967 NFL Championship game. With 4 minutes and 30 seconds to go, quarterback Bart Starr and his team were 68 yards from the end zone. He piloted a march that utilized less hurl-a-dead players such as Chuck Morrison and Donnie Anderson, but temporarily died at Dallas's 1-yard line. 2 unsuccessful handoffs to Anderson forced Starr to call the Packers' last time out with just 16 seconds to go. He conferred with head coach Vince Lombardi, and the two decided on a simple quarterback sneak. With great blocking, the play worked to perfection as Starr ended up in the end zone. The Packers captured their third straight NFL championship and went on to win Super Bowl II. Number 1. Super Bowl 42. The march started at the New York 17-yard line. Manning helped move the ball near midfield when he and the Giants were faced with 3rd and 4. As Manning dropped back, he was met by Patriot defenders. Just when it appeared he was going down for a sack, Eli broke loose and let fly with a pass intended for David Tyree, who made the ultra-famous helmet catch. The miracle play then landed Manning's 13-yard touchdown pass to Plaxico Burress with just 32 ticks left on the clock, giving the Giants a 17-14 lead that they would hold on to for a historical upset. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the next 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.